Hi guys! Welcome back to Classy Sassy Nails with Hannah. That is also the name of my Facebook group where I have giveaways, fun games, and I always keep my members up to date on the latest Colorstreet news, shades coming out, and their spectacular sales. They recently had a sale that was buy 3 get 2 free. And so I definitely recommend being in a VIP group or joining my Facebook group so you don't miss out on fun things like that. This is going to be a video that's a bit longer than my usual ones, just because I am going to be doing the entire polish application in real time. That will be very helpful for any first-time Colorstreet users so that you can do your nails side by side with me and I can walk you through it. Now, if this is your first time, your first introduction to Colorstreet, when you order a shade, it comes in this nice little package with a clear window so you can see the strips you ordered. On the other side, I already opened it. Shh. On the other side, near the barcode, it says the name of the strips. So if you really liked them and you wanted to order more, you know that this one is Breaking Plaid. So you'll tear along the perforated line, unfold your nice little packaging, and you have your strips. I don't know if you can see, but there's a nice little slit right there, so it's easy for you to tear, but you can definitely just grab some scissors and carefully cut away. You are always given a nail file and a little prep pad. This is basically just an alcohol wipe for you to clean your nails off before applying the nail polish stickers. Now, first things first, I suggest you file your nails. I already filed mine. Go ahead and go wash your hands, and then you can either use your thumbnail to push away your cuticles from your nail, or I have this handy little wooden cuticle stick. If you want one, feel free to ask me to send you one. And then after you've done that, come on back. So maybe pause the video and do those steps. All right, now that we have filed our nails, washed our hands, taken care of our cuticles, I'm gonna go ahead and open my nail prep pad and just really clean my fingers. A lot of people skip the washing the hands step. I suggest doing that because we have so many oils naturally on our hands, and these nail polish strips apply like stickers, so those oils could kind of take away some of that adhesive side. For a lasting mani, you definitely want it to be as sticky as possible with no barrier when you apply. All right, we have nice clean fingernails. Now, you might think I'm crazy, but hopefully this just shows you how you can make any color strip pack your own individual mani. I am not going to use these fun, amazing little plaid strips today. I'm really just interested in using this yellow one. And if you want to know why, you can go on over to my little taxi cab video that I also have posted. All right, so since I know I'm not going to use the plaid ones, I'm going to just take them away. There are a lot of mixed manis on the Colorstreet site, and you can definitely do different combos to personalize them. All right, so if you have a different pack where it's all the same, or you're just gonna wing it, no worries. Basically, you and I will still be doing the same thing. You wanna take your strips and hold them up to your nail and find the best fitting one. It's better for it to be a little too big than a little too small. Now we're gonna do our thumbs last because you'll use your thumbs a lot, especially if you don't have some kind of little tool. And we want them to be in pristine condition. All right, so I'm going to be using my pinky first. On top, you'll see that there's this, where the purple is, that is a clear layer. Go ahead and peel that off. Now, where the silver is, that is where the sticker is coming off. So gently peel that off. And try not to wrinkle it. I don't know if you've ever taken a piece of tape and the sticky part touched itself, but it's hard to undo. All right, so you're gonna take your pinky and you're gonna very patiently and slowly line the strip up and make sure it's not on top of your cuticle. Okay, so now smooth it out. Okay, and now you can take your thumbnail and see, this thumbnail broke recently, so that's why there's really nothing there and I have a whole lot on this one, but hopefully it just shows you that no matter what your length, you can definitely make it work. So I'm just pushing right under the nail and I'm straightening it out. I don't want you to wrinkle this because you get to use it for the other hand. As long as you don't have crazy long nails or those super long acrylics, you should be able to use both sides. All right, so look at that. You can already see that it's broken through a little, and now you're just gonna gently tear away. And now I'm going to smooth it out. Just make sure there's no creases, no bumps. And then later I'll go through and take care of the little edge piece, but I really want this to adhere to my nail, so I'm going to leave it alone for a little bit. All right, other side. I wrinkled this a little bit, but real easy fix, see? Okay, so I'm gonna take this little garbage piece off. Won't be needing that anymore. And now I'm gonna go to the other pinky. All right, let's smooth it out. I'm gonna take my much longer nail, and hopefully you can see this okay. I'm just going to press down, and at this point it really doesn't matter if you crinkle this one up, or you could save the scraps and fix chipped nails later on, or if you have, I have really tiny feet, and so I can actually use these little tiny scraps to put on my toenails, and I can get a manicure and a pedicure from just the 5 strips. But I'm not going to do that today. Okay, and you see I do have some lining around the edge. Don't worry about that yet. We're not going to fuss with it. We just want to let this stick to our nails and leave it alone. And we'll come back to it towards the end. So now I have the 2 pinkies. We're moving forward. Let's see. All right, we're peeling the top layer off. We're peeling this nail polish sticker from the paper. We're going to size up. Let's see, I want you to be able to see. And get it right under, so you can see my cuticle right above it. And I'm just smoothing it out. I do have to say that maybe if you have shaky hands, or some people have very wavy nails, or like thick ridges on their nails. If you are worried about that, I would recommend maybe getting a glitter Colorstreet pack to start out, because those are very forgiving and they are thicker. And if you chip them, you'll be able to fix it and nobody would ever know. All right, I want you to see this. See, I cut it a little too much. You can see my nail a little bit. I'm gonna show you how to fix it. So you just take a little tiny piece, try to cover it up. Let's see, I just am doing this slow because I want you to be able to see. Okay. Take a little tiny piece and just cover the section that you broke off. And just rub it on there. There. Okay, moving forward, other ring finger. It's definitely better to try to fold the strip underneath your nail before you break it off. Because then, instead of just laying this on top of your nail, you are encasing your nail with it. Okay, rub that on there. And then press underneath. You can use your skin, it doesn't have to be your thumbnail. And soon, I'll show you how to do it with the little wooden cuticle stick if you're using one of those, or if you want to use one of those. I definitely think they're helpful. Okay, so now I'll show you kind of how I clean up with the wooden cuticle stick. So you can see it's at a slant, and I use the pointed part to just trace the outside of my nail and press down, and then I make sure the nail polish is tucked under that nail. And it's the same thing if you're using your fingernail. You just trace along. Now, if you have the stick, you can use the actual pointy spot and then just kind of scoop that away, the part you kind of separated. And then just pick it off. Be very patient when you're doing this, because if you're not, you don't want to take off a piece that's actually on your nail. Better. Okay, next one. See, I'm going to take this side, and you can see the Colorstreet strip. I kind of do a rolling motion to tuck it under. I roll underneath the nail. Okay, we're off to a great start. If you don't feel like you need any more walkthrough or talking through on this, feel free to just skip ahead. I wanted to make sure I went slow so that you could definitely be doing your nails with some company. And this is the one I repaired. You can just barely see it right there. Just barely. But if this is glitter, you wouldn't be able to see it at all. So, I mean, this is just a plain solid 11, well, I think this one was $11 or $12, and it is treating me just fine. Okay. If this is the first video of mine that you're watching and you're wondering how my others might be different, I usually do the slower walkthrough through at least the pinky or maybe both pinkies, and then I do a faster paced one just so that you don't have to watch a 20-minute video of me doing the same step over and over. But I think, if this is your first time, this might be exactly what you need. Or if you're trying to gain confidence and you're not really sure if Colorstreet is for you or if you're going to be able to apply it, this will definitely, well, I hope this will give you the confidence you need to make that leap. It was actually a woman in her late 70s that showed me how to do Colorstreet for the first time, and she was the one that applied it to my nails. She had shaky hands, and my nails never looked so good. I think the only person I've ever met who couldn't apply it themselves was someone who had a stroke, and so a loved one did her nails for her. Alright, I actually just did my middle finger. My husband walked in and started talking to me while I was doing it. So go ahead and do that one if you haven't, and I'm going to start on the pointers. Now, there's always going to be strips that maybe don't fit your fingers absolutely perfectly. And this would definitely be one of them. It's just a little too small, definitely meant for a pinky. Or I could go ahead and use a large one that will definitely cover my finger, but I think if it was a glitter, I would go ahead and use a small one because you really wouldn't be able to see patches or layering, but because this is a solid, you can see those lines a little more. So you can just very faintly see where I patched it up. Just barely. But if I did that on the whole nail, you might see a line. So here we go with a large one. And I can show you. So I'm still making sure that it's below, or however you would say it, below, above. It is away from the cuticle. I can still see my cuticle. And I'm just rubbing it down. If I have a tool, I'm just going to lay my finger down and lightly poke along my nail. If you have your fingernail, just lightly press around the nail so you can see the indent I've already made. When I do my nails when I'm not videoing, in real time it takes me 10 minutes. But it's a little different when I'm eyeing the camera, trying to see your view. So I hope when you see how long this video is, you know this is absolute worst case, the longest it could possibly take. Don't let the time scare you. I'm doing it literally just for you. All right, next pointer finger. So I didn't finish taking it off. I'm really just letting it adhere. After you've already applied Colorstreet, it actually takes a full half-hour minimum for the strip to completely adhere to your nail. So try to avoid washing your hands during that time or taking a shower. I usually take a shower and then I go ahead and do my nails around bedtime. And then they're just undisturbed for that whole night. And I just did a little test, and after 3 weeks, I had 2 chips total on one hand, very tiny, like you'd have to be examining my nails to notice them. And I had nail growth. So these last so long that your nails actually grow beyond them. So after a couple weeks, you'll start to see a teeny tiny bit of nail poking out from underneath the nail polish. All right, let's do a close-up of my little tool. So I'm just poking along. I also like using the tool just for the videos because then my fingers aren't covering everything up and it's a little tiny stick is barely covering what I'm doing. All right, we just have thumbs left. And this couldn't be a better comparison of wherever you are in your nail growth, whether you're like a nail biter or you like to keep them nice and short, or you have nice long nails. The reason I have a problem with breaking my nails, I always have, nail polish or not, I'm not very gentle with my nails. I try to open things I shouldn't, and oops, see, I have a crease. You really want to be gentle. Try to just smooth it out. Don't stress. Just press in one direction. And just be very gentle because it's very thin. And here I'm taking my short little stubby nail. Also, if you use a little cuticle stick or some other tool, it doesn't really matter what order you do your fingers in, so you could do your thumbs first if you wanted. You don't have to worry about messing them up. But even with my tool, I tend to use my fingers to grab onto chunks. I think it's easier. I'm not a very patient person. There, so even though I started out very creased, it is nice and smooth. Last nail, removing the Alright, now just take your time cleaning up the edges. Don't be too hasty. Okay, now we have, some beautiful nails. I hope you had fun. Please leave any suggestions below. If you were turned off by this long video, please remember this is strictly for beginners. Thank you.